Welcome back to the vFairs webinar series. My name is Will. I'm an account executive here at vFairs, and today we're going to be tackling something that I think every event organizer has felt at some point, even if it's not something that they've put into words before. I'm also joined by Salman, our Director of Product Management today. He's going to be the one kind of showing you how everything works inside the platform itself. So Salman knows this product inside and out, and for the demo portion, you're going to be in great hands with him. So just to kind of set the scene, leading up to the event, you've spent months locking in your venue, selling sponsorships, recruiting exhibitors. All the hard things are done. And then about 3 weeks out from your event, your inbox just starts piling up. Where do I upload my logos? How do I add my booth staff? Where can I get the attendee list? Can you send those setup instructions again? It's always the same questions from every single exhibitor every time. Here's what really makes that frustrating. None of those questions should be coming to you in the first place. That information exists. Those tasks need to get done, but without a centralized place for exhibitors to work from, every single thing, becomes a back and forth between them and your team. So it's not just an inbox problem. Exhibitors who show up unprepared for the event, who haven't set up their booth, don't know who's attending, have no system for capturing leads, they're going to end up leaving disappointed, and disappointed exhibitors typically aren't going to be coming back the following year. So that's what today's all about. We're going to be showing you the vFairs exhibitor portal. This is going to be a dedicated home base for your exhibitors to handle everything themselves before, during, and after the event. So no, there's no chasing, no flooded inbox, no spreadsheets. And we're basically going to split this and kind of show it to you in two parts. So first, Salman's going to show you the organizer side, specifically how you set up and assign tasks that kind of guide the exhibitors, through everything that they need to do. And then from there, we're going to flip to the exhibitor portal itself and walk through the full experience from their perspective. And we're doing it in that order on purpose, just so that you can get an understanding of what the organizer sets up first, and then what the exhibitor experience makes a lot more sense when you see it that way. So feel free to drop your questions in the Q&A box as we go. We'll pull those up, throughout, and definitely save a block at the end as well. So, Salman, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and let you take things from here.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Will. And hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the webinar. All right, so we'll start from the organizers part. So organizers, obviously, what they will do, they will set up a registration form so that, exhibitors can actually register to the platform, after providing their details. So let me quickly share my screen. And I hope you can see it now. All right, perfect. So this is the registration form that organizers can set up. All the fields that you see here, customizable. From the left-hand side, you can see you have all of the different field types that you can add to the registration form. So you can, once the registration form is live, what exhibitors can do, they can provide their information and register. You also have, a couple of other options as well. Means you can invite them, right, to fill in their information. You can import them directly or add them, from the platform by providing their details manually. Once you're done with this, what you can do, you can create tasks. So when they log in, so they know exactly what to do, when to do, and from where they can actually update all of their information, add their team members, and whatever they have to do to set up everything to be ready for their live day. So this is what you're seeing at the moment is a task list of what organizers can prepare, right? So I have just to give you a couple of examples already prepared some of the tasks. But if you want to create a new one, you can quickly click on new task as an organizer, provide, for example, complete company profile or anything, you want to name this task. You can provide description. Now, this is a rich text editor, means you can, place links here. You can place videos here. You can put, images. to guide them, or even we have a complete knowledge base for organizers as well as for exhibitors, and you can place the link for those articles as well, so that they know how to edit and add their details. You can put a deadline, right? So you can assign it to all of the booths or selective booths, and then you can, set it to automatically assign it to as and when you are adding a new booth or they are registering, and then you can obviously, require them to, provide you further files, any other documentation. You can do that as well, and then you can send or schedule weekly reminders. So once you're done doing this, what exhibitors would do, they will log into their exhibitor portal by using their credentials. So so this is how the exhibitor portal looks like when they log in, right? So as you can see, I am a booth admin of Acme Technologies. In this overview screen, I have all the widgets that I need, right? From here, I can see the task and what exactly need to do, from the day I am logging in until the day, till the live day. So I'm, all set for the day. So what I can do, I can go to a complete task list. So the first task here is, add both admins, means, I'm not the only one who is going to the event, right? So I can bring my, team members as well. To do that, this is the first task that organizer has assigned to me. I can view the task. Now here in the details, I can read the description. I can see what the deadline is. I know exactly how can I add, my team members, right? So that they can also log in, they can also use the mobile application as well. And then if there's anything I want them to provide in terms of, my booth logo, content, anything other than that as well. So they should also be able to log in and perform these tasks on behalf of the company. I can upload the field, a file or anything, and once I'm done, I can mark the task as completed. As I said, we also have a knowledge base that they can read and get a complete guide of what they can what actions they can perform from the exhibitor portal. You can include the link in a task, or maybe in initial emails, the communication that you're will be having with these exhibitors.
So, Aman, when it comes to the
Or
tasks,
yeah.
themselves, are all the tasks going to be there up front, like first time I log in, or do the organizers still have the ability to like add tasks, as we get closer to the event?
Exactly. So you can do like, both the things. As in this case, we have, pretty much all the tasks that an exhibitor need to complete before, they go live with their booth. But yes, organizers can keep adding tasks. If there's anything else, for example, they want to remind them to purchase anything for the live day, maybe extra sockets, maybe extra, tables, tool, or anything like that, so they can assign new task as well with a deadline, right? Or they can update these deadlines as well if they need to maybe extend it for any reasons, so they have full control.
Awesome. And the exhibitor would
All
get
right,
an
so
email.
exactly. Exhibitors would get email as soon as you assign them task, as soon as you remind them to complete a task, or as soon as they complete the task. Organizers get notified as well that so and so exhibitor has completed their task, so they can go log in and review the provided information.
Awesome.
All right. So to complete the task, here I am in the team members section. We already have some of the team members added. Now, if I want to invite new team members, I can quickly go click on add team members, upload their picture on their behalf. If I don't, obviously they can log in and they can provide their information. Otherwise, I can just simply provide name, James Dean, j at maybe vFairs.com, job title, marketing, manager. I can provide their bio, the rest of the information, and I can save it. This will send invitation to my team member. And exactly the same way, if they have access to view and complete tasks, they will also be able to log into the portal. Otherwise, these users, if you are limiting them to only the mobile application, they will only be able to log in by using their credentials to the mobile application. So this is, how simple it is to add a new team member when they need to. All right, going back to tasks, the next task, we can complete this one because we've just added and learned how to add a new task. So we can mark it as completed. Now, the next set of tasks are to update my booth details, right? So, my update booth banner and the details. And then if I open a task, I should have some kind of instructions how to do it. And I can quickly go back to my overview where my booth and the details are listed here. As you can see, I can download my QR code, view my logo if there's any already updated. I can click on configure booth, and this is a complete booth builder here where you can see here, right? So I have my details here. I have my social links, my website, my team members are appearing. And this is the control panel, right? So if I want to control any of the design elements of the booth, maybe, branding for logo, any other file, banners, I can do it from here. If I want to change or add new icons, like, book a meeting at the moment appearing here, if I want any attendee who is visiting my booth to be able to initiate chat right from the booth, I can enable chat as well, right? So it's you're giving full control to these, to exhibitors. If I want to enable Q&A, I can do that as well, so that, whoever, if attendee is visiting, if they have any question about my services, about the products that I'm, offering, or maybe anything related to the company itself, so they should be able to ask questions, or exhibitors will be notified right away. They can, obviously reply back to these questions, or, reach out separately to the attendees who are putting questions there. Then I have links. These can be external links, maybe direct links to your website, direct links to maybe their services, their contact page. So, you can put external links here as well. This is the place where exhibitors can update their booth name, any other information in description, their social media accounts, and any featured video as well if they want to update here. So this will appear right here. So any attendee who is visiting their booth will be able to watch that quick video, right? So maybe a demo about their services, maybe overall like video explaining what the company is all about, what the services, countries of operations, or all the things that they have to tell about their brand. I can enable or disable team members from here as well. And then, documents, brochures, or videos, further videos, if I want to enable or disable, or if I want to upload, I can do it from here as well. At the moment, I only have one document that should be appearing here. And if I click on videos, I can view this video as well. And, I'm free to add further videos from this portal.
Question on the
Um,
booth real
yeah,
quick.
go ahead. Mhm.
What sort of like controls does the organizer of the event have in terms of like requirements within the booth? Like, does the organizer have the ability to say, hey, you need to be able to, take meetings and provide your meeting link, or is there, a lot more kind of like freedom on that front for the exhibitor side of things?
Um, Perfect question, right? So I mean, like it's configurable from the backend, right? So what you're seeing at the moment, it's almost a complete freedom, right? So as an exhibitor, what I can do, I can, in links, maybe I can provide a link to Calendly or any external tool where attendees can come and book meetings with me, or add any details, right? If you want to restrict it and maybe add these details on behalf of your exhibitors yourself, right? So you have a complete portal that will let you add these details, on behalf of them, or update these details, any link, any video, or maybe approve them and reject these videos, right? So you have a full portal from where organizers can actually control this and manage this as well.
Gotcha.
All right, so going back to our tasks, it asks if there are any unsaved information in the booth. So, that was the pop-up about. All right, so the next thing is review attendee discovery and mark them favorite, right? So this is the task we are talking about, and this is the due date. Means attendees who are participating at the event, instead of knowing them at the day of the event, when I'm going there, in person meeting them, what I can do, I can discover them, send them invitation right now before, maybe 15 days before the event, a month before the event, right? As they are registering, you're getting more and more attendees. They get to see the database. They get to filter them and book meetings with them as well. So here we have attendee discovery, and then you are using these tasks. What you're doing, you're actually reminding them how to get the best out of the event, right? So you're reminding them to explore attendees who are participating. You're reminding them to add more and more team members. You're reminding them to, keep their booth updated with all the information, documents, and videos, or any other, booth information they want to provide. Um, and then obviously, as they keep adding these details, they can mark these tasks completed as well. All right, talking about the attendee discovery, here you can see, attendee details, right? So these are the attendees participating. For example, David is a marketing director. I can view the company he's from. I can view his interest. And all of these fields, as we talked about, exhibitor fields, that whatever the fields that you capture, the information you capture from exhibitors, it's configurable. You, as an organizer, decide what data you want to capture, right? So some of the data you would want to show publicly, mean the attendees will be able to see it. Some of the data you would want to keep it to yourself, means you, but when you are visiting or seeing, exhibitor profile from the backend or in the mobile application, will be able to see that, but other attendees will not be able to see that information. So the same thing you can do with attendees as well. You also decide the fields you want to capture from the registration form for attendees, and the public fields will appear for exhibitors. I can also, for example, if there are 10, 15 fields, so we understand all of the fields will not fit in one view, or in some cases exhibitors would not want to view all of the fields, and they should have option to select which columns make more sense, so they will enable that. They will be able to see it. They can set and decide their view. If they are interested in any of the attendee, they like, for example, Sarah's profile, they can mark them favorite, right? They can view, like attendees complete profile with all the details, right? And right from here, they can initiate a meeting request as well. So I can hit book meeting, right? So this will take me here where you can see Adam is the user I'm logged in with. The meeting title is already set, Adam and Sarah. I can change it, it's optional. If I want to add any of my team member, I can do that as well. So for example, Lisa is my team member. So I can search for her. I can select her. Now we are three in the meeting. And this is the available, durations, right? Set from the organizers from the back, and you can control it. They will only have those options appearing. So at the moment, I have a couple of options. Let's select 15 minutes. Now, as I selected the duration, based on my selection, the time slots are appearing. Now, at these times that I cannot select, means Sarah, Lisa, and Adam, all these three members are not available. Now, for example, I pick a slot 9:30 a.m. and I can also decide location, but by default, as I'm a booth rep or booth admin, so my booth location will be set, right? I can change it if you allow them, or maybe you assign them multiple locations, so it depends. I can put descriptions if I want them to know the agenda, what I want to talk about, what's in it for them, right? So I can, update the description, and these, whatever the details I put here, put in here, will be sent along with the invite to Sarah as well, who is the attendee. So I can, after adding these details, I can for example, let's put it sync up, and I say save meeting. So the meeting will be scheduled with Lisa, between us, right? So this is how you set meetings with you know any of the attendee who are participating. And if you have enabled matchmaking, so this will filter based on the details you've already provided, or based on the matchmaking fields organizers set from the backend. Now the meetings I've set. You have anything, Will?
Oh, so yeah, quick question. Are or two quick questions. One,
Go
the
ahead.
like times that were shown as unavailable, is that because the like attendees have agenda events or sessions for that event, and that's why they're shown as unavailable?
So I mean, like, there can be a lot of things, right? So, for example, if I click on David and I pick as many members, I can pick from here. For example, if I add Lisa, so it's like checking the availability of Adam in this case, my user. It's also checking the availability for David. It's also checking the availability for Lisa, right? And then David in this case is an attendee. If David has any other commitment, right, at that specific time, obviously his availability will not show up at that specific time here. So it picks from there, and then you will only be able to book meeting if the attendee is actually, and all the users, selected users are available. Another thing, which is just to kind of um, just to help maintaining the kind of, or maybe just to make it a little more interesting, I'd say, you can select the availability of your locations as well if you are adding one or multiple locations, right? So you can set a location and you can say this location will only be available between, like 2 to 4. This location will only be available, at day one, and will not be available on day two. So if you are selecting that location, so after these two users, it will also see if the location you've selected is available, or somebody else has a booked meeting at the location. So yeah, I mean, it checks everything, and after that, you get to see the available time slots, and you can book it.
Awesome. We did have one quick one come into the chat from Brett here as well. He'd
Mhm.
asked, guests can also request meetings with exhibitors prior to a virtual event as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you choose to, right? So if you allow them to log in before the event. So as we were configuring it from here, so I mean, if I go back to, just for a minute, if I go back to configure booth, so you can see book meeting option at the booth, right? So means when attendees log in to the portal, even if you give them access to log in before the event or during the event, they will also have the option to book a meeting. Once they click on book a meeting, there are multiple, um, exhibitors from a booth, so their list will appear, right? So they will see David, Lisa, and all the users from that booth, and will be able to select from them based on their availability, and send a meeting request. That obviously exhibitors will see it and accept or decline whatever they want.
Awesome.
All right. So all of the meetings that I book, for example, as a user, right, so will appear in my meetings tab. For example, at the moment, I can see, I have a meeting, on-site meeting at this location with, I believe, David. I can view further details about the meetings as well. I can edit it and add more details. And, as we discussed before, that, other than my user, other than, this exhibitor, there are can be other team members as well who will participate at the event. So I, as a booth admin, can view, team calendar here as well, right? So all of the meetings they are having. So this is a team calendar. These are my team members. Other than Adam, Sarah, Michael, and Lisa are also my team members. What I can do, I can scroll down and I can see, okay, so Lisa is meeting with Sophie at this time, right? If I want to join, I can also join with her. Lisa is meeting Sarah at this time, right? Lisa is meeting Isabella at this time, and I can see other meetings as well. So you also have, a couple of options. If you want to view it in calendar view, you can change it. Otherwise, you want to view in list view, you can do that as well.
Perfect. And say it's, the event is over. What kind of happens with like all this data? Everything that we've gathered from this event.
All right. So, I mean, normally what happens after the event, you get, and all the exhibitors and attendees also get 30 days, right? So, in 30 days, they can log in, they can view transcript of the sessions, they can in fact, interact with these exhibitors, or exhibitors will also be able to interact with attendees if they're online and reply back to them. But after 30 days, it's also depends on the organizer. If you want to extend that period, you can do that, right? So there are people who, run events like year round, right? So they don't end that after the live days, although they have a couple of live days in between, like, maybe every quarter or something, but the event stays on, right? So it's the organizer who decides when to end it, when to delete the data. So default is 30 days, but it's configurable.
Perfect. 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 And what
All
gets
right.
shared
Yeah.
between, I'll say what gets shared between
Mhm.
like organizer and exhibitor in terms of like kind of post-event reporting?
All right. So in terms of that, I mean, whatever the activities exhibitors are performing, or whatever in fact, attendees, how they are interacting with the booth content, you get to see all of this data. Means if you have the documents we uploaded, right? So the videos that we, uploading, even the visits they are paying at the booth in person, or in virtual events, everything is recorded, right? So you can export everything. You can let your exhibitors export it. It's optional. If you want to restrict them, you can do it. But organizer at the end of the day will have all the data. If they want it, they can consume it, view all the insights. If they want to share it with, exhibitors, share the ROI with the exhibitors, they can share it with them as well. All right. So this was happening, you can say before the event, they will book meetings, they will explore attendees and complete their task, add their content and all. And obviously, when they are, at the live day, they have their complete agenda. Okay, so, the attendees they are meeting, everything is booked in their calendar, before the live day. So at the event, obviously, they will be meeting these attendees, these leads, right? So they will also be able to scan their profiles to maybe capture additional details about them that will stay just with them. Every exhibitor can capture different details. They will have, option to customize what information they further, other than the information you are sharing with them that we are capturing using the registration form. They can also capture, other information as well, in terms of qualifying questions, right? So if they have any additional fields to record, maybe they have notes to capture, they want to see if I met Kevin, for example, and I want to see Kevin was interested in which product. I just go in the app and add a new field and then record that against Kevin, right? So I will be able to export that at the end of the day. And yeah, and then, if you talk about the organizers, they will have complete details. They can export these details. They can view who completed the task, who not. They can further send reminders. They can view and download these documents if they are attached. If I want to view further reports, I can download them as well.
Perfect. I think that really paints the full picture there. Appreciate it, Salman. Wanted to quickly share my screen, kind of get into the Q&A here as well.
Sure.
Got a couple questions coming in here. All right. You can see the exhibitor portal screen here, right, Salman?
I can see it. Yeah.
Perfect. This is just kind of a quick recap again of everything Salman just walked through with us, the tasks, kind of the portal overview, being able to add your team members, setting up your booth, getting those meetings booked with attendees prior to the event. Obviously, the lead capture aspect as well. So let me pull up some of those questions here. First question that came in. Looking at the task list section, like how customizable is that in terms of like a design standpoint? So does it allow to post like HTML, CSS, and make it less of a list, more of like an actionable timeline view? Um, they, also mentioned like ability to surface common docs across our org, like insurance docs, approved vendors by venue, etc. Almost like a CMS system where we update centrally, push it across all the portals based on the venue.
All right. So if you talk about the task itself, if you want to assign it to exhibitors, right, and you want to include anything, in terms of, as well, you mentioned custom CSS or HTML tags. So it's supported, right? So because it's a rich text editor, you can use HTML tags, and you can configure it, design it the way you want, the layout that goes along with the task. And if you want to attach any documents so that they can review, maybe sign it, or maybe just, as a guideline, you can attach along with the task as well. And if you want to request them to upload documents, that's also possible. You will select the option that, allow exhibitors to upload documents, and only then they will be able to complete the task. So you can do that as well. So once they do it, the task, they'll mark the task as complete, and you will be able to review it afterward. And if the document is the one that you asked for, you can accept it, or otherwise, you can reopen it and assign it back to that exhibitor, and they will maybe re submit it with the information that's requested.
Perfect. Let's see, here's another one. In terms of virtual 3D booth designs, I know there's different levels of how big or small the booth appears, how many logos, etc. How do they design their booth?
That's a good question. I mean, in terms of the 3D design, so there are two kind of versions, and you can let exhibitors choose between them as well. So one is a 3D, and the other one is 2D, right? So in 2D view, so they have, obviously, a space where they can put their banner. They have a space where they can put their logo. And if they have multiple logos or multiple things to talk about, the description or about booth, or about the company section, it's also rich text, right? So it also allows you to upload images. It also allows you to, if you have multiple logos, or maybe multiple products that you're offering, and each product has maybe a different icon or different logo attached to it, what you can do, you can use it in rich text editor that allows you to upload images. Otherwise, if you choose to, or you can let your exhibitors choose this option as well. In 3D view, you get to pick a booth where, they will have space inside their booth where they can upload multiple logos inside the booth. So whoever is viewing or visiting your booth virtually or in the app, so they will view your booth with multiple logos, not just one banner and one logo. So it's customizable. You can do it yourself, set it up, the same for all the exhibitors, or allow exhibitors to choose it from the builder itself.
Perfect, perfect. Another good question here. Can exhibitors see each other's information? Like obviously within the app and or a virtual event, they'd be able to like see their booth. But would say like a competitor be able to view another booth's setup or lead data or anything like that?
No, not at all. I mean, obviously, the public information is, if I log in as an attendee or exhibitor of, another booth, I will be able to just view your booth, view the details that you've uploaded and that are available publicly. But other than that, leads you are capturing, contacts you are making, attendees you are marking as favorite, tasks that are specifically assigned to you. Anything other than that, I have no access to it. no attendee, no exhibitor other than your booth admins will be able to see that, right? So, and then we also have restrictions within the booth itself, as I was talking about multiple roles, that only certain roles inside booth can update content of the booth, can add new users, and certain users will not be able to do that. You can decide it yourself or let your exhibitors, define these roles for the booth.
I don't know why that just happened. Awesome. Quick pause. I know we've got a couple more questions, but I'm throwing a link in the chat for everyone. We put together a like exhibitor readiness checklist that basically maps out everything an exhibitor, would want to complete or should complete before the event. So really lines up with, everything someone walked through today. So putting the link in the chat right now. So feel free to grab that, save it. Even if you're not using vFairs, it's a great document to have. Also saw a question about the recording of this. Yes, it is going to be available on our webinar page on the website itself. Another question came in. What's the preferred format for downloading docs? Like example brochures, is it typically like PDFs or are there other formats that are going to be like visible, more attractive sort of a thing?
Yeah, I mean, like the recommended one is PDF, right? Because it stays the same, right? So, and all the modern browsers support that as well. You don't have to have applications installed to view it. You normally open it in the browser and then it supports. So PDF, I'd say is the best. Otherwise, if you have some of the maybe collateral available in a PNG as well, that also kind of, you can say, recommended. But
Awesome.
it's not that we don't support the rest of the formats. We do support almost all, as your kind of boot document, or maybe if you have instruction documents for your exhibitors or for your attendees inside an event, you can upload doc files, you can upload the PowerPoints, slides, and a couple of other as well. But the recommended ones are PDFs and image files.
Okay, awesome. There's another one from Michelle in the chat. I don't know if we'll have time to like pull up examples, but can you give some ideas of, or, typical like analytics or things that get reported on? Just some examples of the data and what you can kind of take away from a reporting perspective.
All right. So, I mean, like, as I said, the for exhibitors, what makes sense is number of attendees who are visiting my booth. That's one. And then number of attendees who are viewing or downloading my document, my video. If you have any links on the booth, as we were talking about contact link, as we're talking about any products or services link, that even links to your external, your site. We also provide you insights that how many attendees have actually clicked on that. And chat interactions, we give you the data, complete data, along with insights. And the same data organizers will also have access to. Along with this, organizers will also be able to view which booth is completed, which still is in progress, which still needs to add their details, and you can send them reminder. You can even schedule campaigns to remind booth admins to fill in their booth details. You can also, view the number of attendees are going and visiting these booths, and some of other details as well about the booth.
Perfect, perfect. One more quick one here. How do you set up like live video calls alongside like a chat button at a booth?
Um, on the booth, video call on the booth is not available. It's like what you do, you click on the chat itself, and in the chat menu, you can initiate a video call, and then you can meet with any exhibitor. Or if as an exhibitor you want to set up a video call on your booth. So any attendee who is visiting the booth itself, they can click and join that meeting. As for example, we are in a meeting at the moment. If exhibitors want to set up their room with a video call obviously enabled, and they want attendees to join during a specific time or maybe during the whole event time, what they can do is they can put a link, as we were talking about any custom link. So you can put a link to a video call. That video call will open within the portal itself, and they will be joined as a participant. You will be able to have a discussion whenever they're done, maybe asking questions or anything that they want to discuss with you, so they can exit the call and explore the boots.
Awesome. 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 Well, yeah, I think that was all the questions that we had come in. I know we're almost at time here. So yeah, all in all, kind of what we're hoping you guys all take away from today here. The reason exhibitors show up occasionally underprepared isn't because they don't like care about the event. It's just that most event platforms kind of treat them, unfortunately, as an afterthought. So, a set of fields to fill out, a logo to upload, and that's about it. So without really giving them any sort of home base for them to work from. So what you just saw today was kind of an alternative to that. So the portal allows the exhibitors to know exactly what to do. They can do it themselves, and they can show up on the day of the event prepared, with meetings already on the calendar, opportunities to capture leads built out to, and gives them a kind of clear picture of who they want to talk to going into the event. So as far and from your side, obviously, as the organizer, you don't have to be the middleman anymore. So the questions stop coming to your inbox at the end of the event. Exhibitors are walking away with something they can actually use, which means they're going to want to come back year after year. So if you want to kind of see how this would work specifically for any of your upcoming events, whether you're running a trade show, a conference, anything in between, would love to set up a personalized demo with you. So this QR code here is a link to book some time with me. I'll also throw the link in the chat as well. So feel free to, and we'll also follow up with you via email after the session as well. So Salman, thank you. Appreciate the walkthrough today. Everyone who joined and attended, we appreciate your time as well. So episode 3 is going to be next month. Keep an eye on your inbox for that. But otherwise, we hope everyone has a great day. Take care.